She was diagnosed with late-stage stomach cancer. The doctor said she had only 3 months left to live. Helpless, she cried silently in the hospital hallway, thinking to herself, after working overtime every day, she didn't make any money, and even lost her life in the process. Just when she was at her lowest, her manager called again, pushing her to come back and work overtime. The girl was so furious she cursed right on the spot, asking if he wouldn't even let her rest in death. She even said a person like him should be the one in the hospital. After hanging up, she thought about how little time she had left, and decided not to keep living like a pushover, but to live as herself in the last month. The next day, she went straight back to the company, and smashed the manager's portrait in front of everyone. She ripped down the banner, and boldly announced she was quitting. She cursed at the manager too, exposing how he exploited his staff, spent his nights at clubs, and pocketed all the bonuses, while contributing nothing to the company. The manager was speechless, only mumbling that money wasn't important and dreams mattered more. Hearing this made her even angrier. She yanked off his wig in public, mocking him for being bald yet daring to talk about dreams. Finally, she threw down one last line: "Whoever wants to work can do it themselves. I'm done serving you." Then she walked out of the company. As she stormed out the door, she happened to brush past the CEO. The CEO felt a strange sense of familiarity, but when he turned back, she was already gone. The assistant handed him a contract, but he was distracted, saying maybe he had just imagined it. Meanwhile, the woman was still full of grievances, so she dragged her best friend to a club, and ordered 5 male models at once to vent her anger. On the other side, the CEO got a call from his grandpa, forcing him to go on a blind date, but he couldn't stop thinking about the woman from that night, so he lied that he already had a girlfriend. His grandpa didn't believe him, and demanded he bring her to the birthday banquet, or else lose his company rights. To deal with it, the CEO decided to find someone to pretend, and by chance he ran into that woman. He offered to pay her triple if she would just play along, and act as his wife at the banquet. She wasn't willing, but he dragged her along anyway. When she came out in a glamorous dress, the CEO froze in shock, never expecting her to look that stunning. Before the banquet, he reminded her to memorize her lines. She was pushed in on a wheelchair by the assistant. When Grandpa saw his granddaughter-in-law, he was overjoyed. The woman introduced herself as Annie, saying her health was poor, and she came today to apologize in person. She even offered a birthday gift. Grandpa smiled and said if she was sick she should see a doctor. The Liu family never lacked money. Then he personally gave her a bracelet worth millions. The woman sighed in her heart, thinking how nice it would be if she really became this family's daughter-in-law. Just as Grandpa was about to let his grandson put the bracelet on her, a scheming woman nearby suddenly felt something was off.